Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's Unseen video. This is where we dig into some of those theories and rumors and news and little promos and things that play out away from the shows. And we've got loads, man. We got so much to get our teeth into. We didn't do an episode of Unseen yesterday because we did Wyatt Sicks video instead. So that means we've got like all the folders are full and so much stuff to get our teeth into. We're going to start with some Wyatt Sicks bits that have kind of emerged since we did that video earlier, and then we'll jump into all the various folders. So Dave, shout out to you. I really like this because this, I'm 99% sure, is an image that was used during White Rabbit. I don't think it was this exact picture, but I do think it was this statue. I remember this. Right, I remember this statue, and I'm sure it featured during White Rabbit. I don't think it featured during Nightbird, though. I don't recall it during Nightbird, but I seem to recall it during White Rabbit. And what's really interesting about this is, do you remember yesterday we were talking about the pyramids image that Bo looked at? It was just like a jittery picture of a pyramid, and then you had the same image, but it was upside down. And we were talking about, is that the underworld? Is that a parallel universe? And what's interesting is quite a few people have got in touch to say, as above, so below, which is an old saying, right? It's been around centuries, right? And it is an old saying that I think does represent that kind of different planes, parallel universes, the underworlds, that kind of stuff. And so this is what this statue represents. And the reason why I wanted to include this is because I do feel like I've seen this before. And I'm sure I saw it during White Rabbit. As above, so below, right? You can see it a little bit better here. That's what this is symbolizing. You can see the moon in the sky, and then you've got the kind of opposite moon down here as well. So it's, as I said, parallel universes, different planes. I mean, my knowledge of this is very limited, right? I have read up a bit on it, but it's quite complicated stuff, to be honest. But yeah, I just wanted to mention this because I remember seeing this before, and I feel like it does tie in with that picture that we saw Bo looking at on the TV screen. So just something to be aware of. Then we got this from Stephen, and I really like this. I really like this. This is some footage that we never saw. I don't want to blow this out of proportion, but this clip is, I think it really shows how Bo is embodying this Uncle Howdy character, right? I mean, he's laughing, he's joining in, he's got a big smile on his face, he's leaning forward, he's like, and he doesn't even know if he's on TV or not. In fact, I don't think he was. I think during this part of their match, we were on Rowan, and I remember seeing Rowan doing the yeah bit. I don't remember seeing any of Howdy during that part. So all of this like was not shown, or at least to my knowledge wasn't shown, but it just shows how much he is embodying the... He's not just sat there nodding, right? He's not just sat there with a smile on his face. He's kind of joining him because he feels like this character would be joining him. As I said, it's nothing monumental. I'm probably bigging it up way bigger than it is. But I just think I can see the Howdy character being brought to life by Bo. And I think this clip really shows that really well. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I think it's a brilliant clip. I mean, look, he's biting on his tongue, he's rocking back and forth, he's leaning forward, he's yeah-ing, he's laughing, he's got a big smile on his face. Like it's all of a few seconds, but there's so much that he is portraying within that period, you know? I think he's doing a fantastic job with this character, a character that I was not massively on board with when we first saw him. You know, I've said a few times during the live streams, you know, he would come out in that first mask. Just, it didn't feel right. You know, you can see so much more of his expression now. I love the dreads that he has now. I love the mask that he's got now. The look, everything about it is just so much better than when we first saw him. And the way that he's kind of just embodying this character. I really feel like there's so much we could do with Uncle Howdy now. I'm really excited by this character now, so long may that continue. So that was that. Then we got this from David, who said, I know everyone says they think the voice on the tape, the work must continue, doors will open, sounds like Strowman. Let me stop you there. I don't. I said in a recent video, I don't think it's Strowman. I understand why people think it is, but I really don't think it is. David said, I've listened to it so many times. It sounds to me like the voice at the beginning of the Fiend theme song, the one that says Yowie Wowie, which I think is really interesting, because could it be that that was like some sort of voice changer, you know, not AI voice, but you know how you can put a filter on your voice? Could it be that it's a filter and that we are able, even without Bray, to kind of get that voice, to, you know, put that filter on and to get that that voice kind of saying what we want it to say? In all fairness, even with AI voices, you know, I mean, technology's got to the point now where you could easily get that voice to say whatever you wanted now. Technology has advanced so much that, yeah, my answer is yes. We could have the voice in this video be the same as the voice that is in the beginning of the Fiend theme music, definitely. I don't know that it is. I mean, I would be more inclined to say it was that than it being Braun, to be honest. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. I'm not... I've listened to it a couple of times, and it doesn't sound like it's Braun to me either. WWE Ethan said, Firefly Funhouse one is interesting. Again, just want to show you where the conversation is. My feeling on this is that that isn't Alexa. That's not her eye. It's an eye, but it's not Alexa's eye. The marks, the lines are too old for me for it to be Alexa. Alexa's young. She's a go-getter. I don't think life has been that hard on her personally. So for me, it's an eye. You can put it over, it's going to match. You know, you can put it over, you'll find connections, because an eye is an eye is an eye. Just like the eye in the doorway, it's an eye. So I don't feel like these are connected. I don't feel like I'm looking at the same eye here. Right, but I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe people think that it is the same eye in each of them, but personally, I don't. But this is where the conversation is. I like to show you what's being said. Right, David said, we've all been wondering about the significance of the smoke that we see every time the Wyatt show up, and I might have found it. So let's whoosh this over. Here's an old Bray promo. He talks about Sister Abigail telling him that he will have a spirit following him when he's on his journey, and that they'll leave behind smoke, desolation, and damnation. Could this be why? The Wyatts have that spirit in them now, the force that drives them. Bray also says it's coming, and then smoke fills the room. Could this also be a tribute to Bray, an Easter egg, that the presence of that spirit is with them? The smoke signals destruction and the judgment to come from them and the spirit that follows them. Well, it's a very interesting theory, and one that I was very happy to include in this video. The honest answer is I don't know. It could be done for atmosphere, it could be done for presentation, it could be done for mind games, or it could connect back to this promo. We know that a lot of what we're seeing connects back to things from Bray's past, so you know, this could connect back to this moment. So again, just like I've said with all these things, I thought it was interesting enough to include, and I like people to know where the conversations are. So David, very good. And this as well from Wrestling Mommy, who said, why do I keep feeling that maybe the QR codes have been like this as well? The last video that Bo was watching, this happened to him too. What if Alexa has used this to make Howdy and Bo come to light? Then Bo and Alexa have done the same to others. So I think this is quite cryptic, right? This is what's being spoken about. It's Psychodrama, right? It's the art of communicating subliminal information through film by flashing images on screen so quickly that they cannot be perceived by the conscious mind. Now, this is really interesting because if you fire a load of images at someone really quickly, they can't really take them in. But subliminally, it's believed that you are receiving information. You might have to see it a few times, but subliminally, you are getting information. You might not think you are, but you are. It's on a subliminal level. And, you know, it's called Psychodrama. And Wrestling Mommy's like, that features a lot in Nightbirds. And so could that be a way that they actually brainwash people into the Wyatt Sicks? Could it be a way that they have kind of won people over or brainwashed people or controlling people? You know, I mean, I think the way that this group operates is in a more positive way. I think they're trying to save these people. So I don't know that it's really required so much this time. But we know, you know, this has been something that has featured kind of all throughout Bray's career. And I definitely think this could be what it was trying to achieve, what it's meant to represent, you know. So again, I really like that and I wanted to bring it to you. So that was the Wyatt Sicks folder. There was a few bits in there. Let's jump over to Raw, because obviously that was a few days ago. Chanel said, this has got to be an unseen. Rhea chasing Liv. So here we go. We've got Liv running away from Rhea Ripley. I got tagged in this quite a bit as they were being chased. In fact, there was some other footage doing the rounds showing like Damien trying to get at Dom, Liv jumping on Damien's back. I think a good chunk of that was shown during Raw though. So, you know, some of this footage has already been seen, but this was some footage doing the rounds that I think wasn't shown on the show. Then we got this as well. Cole said, Chad Gable next week. I'm here in Madrid. It is true. I can't remember if we spoke about this. I think we spoke about this during the live stream. People were saying the building that he was standing in front of is not in France. It's in Spain. My reaction to that was, I don't know. I don't have the ability to look at a picture and go, that's Spain, right? People were pointing out to the Spanish writing, but my answer to that was, well, you know, this could be the Spanish consulate. It could be a museum connected with Spain. It could be anything, right? I don't know that that means he's in Spain, but it turns out he is, right? Because people have actually found the building, which is in Madrid, right? And they've matched it up, and that is the building. So apparently when he said that he was in France and all of that, he was actually in Spain. So Chad Gable next week, I'm here in Madrid. So excellent work. I mean, brilliant. Well noticed with the writing at the top. But to be honest, even if I had noticed that at the time, I still would have just dismissed it as being a Spanish building in France rather than it being he's in Spain, you know? So yeah, very interesting. Liv Morgan said, damn straight. Tyler said, did Liv call that fan ugly? Shut up. You're so ugly. So there we go. She did. She turned to that fan and she said, you're so ugly. And here's Liv Morgan saying, damn straight. Coach, shout out to you. Cora Jade reacted to her boyfriend Vincent Winey's WWE Raw debut. So there is the image of her watching the match. And then I think she had like tears emoji. She was very proud of her boyfriend competing. So there we go. What was up with the guy that was behind Michael Cole and Pat? So it's this dude here, look. So he's in the background. He's just having a little chat, and then he starts, I don't know, losing it, man. Rocking out in the background behind and, like, I don't know, singing away. Just going off. So wrestling news, don't know. He was just living his best life. Lucas, shout out to you as well. So a few little bits there for Raw. Let's jump to WWE because I think there's quite a bit in this folder. Right here, Belinda, shout out to you. A name change is likely for the Judgment Day, with the leading candidate being Street Trash. Now, we spoke about this, right? But there has been something else that has now been trademarked, and we are just wondering if they may have stepped away from the Street Trash name. So we'll get to it. I think it's later in the folder. Here we've got Word of Wrestling saying, Days, have you seen this? We nearly had the full outfit. So yeah, 2-day delivery, my ass. Referee Rollins, SummerSlam. So there is some shorts that I think he was hoping to wear, which we obviously never got because they arrived after SummerSlam. Wrestle Night said, oh, OMG, was it really that obvious the whole time? How many times has Liv's eye logo been on Judgment Day merch? So this Judgment Day merch, which I think is this new, I don't know that this is old, has got this eye on it. So it's got that there, which people are saying is for Liv. But I've got a feeling this might be new merch, to be honest. I don't know that this is old merch. I think this is new merch, which might explain why the eye is on it. So obviously there, look, the eye with the dots underneath. And here we've got the eye with the dots underneath. If this is old merch, then fair play. Because that is very specific with the dots underneath, but I'm under the impression this is new merch. So, but either way, I thought that was interesting because there's nothing that kind of points out that that's Liv or connected to Liv, but it very much feels like it is. Right here, Sportskeeda said Grayson being cheeky with Kevin Owens. So Kevin was celebrating 10 years in WWE. Grayson said, huge congrats, mates. It's a shame we don't get this Kevin Owens anymore. Instead, we get you simping for Cody Rhodes and being handed pity title matches. Ah, man, when Grayson wants to cook, he can cook. Christopher, shout out to you. Sources within WWE claim to Fightful Select that Randy Orton has signed a long-term deal to remain with WWE, which is great news. Apparently it's 5 years. Streets are saying he wanted 10, but he got 5. But very cool. Henry said injury prone. She is a little bit, unfortunately. I think it's a real shame, you know, when you do damage to your knee like that. It can obviously be something that really flares up again and again and again. It seems like Dakota is going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks with a torn meniscus, which is in her knee. And we know she's had big knee trouble as well. And yeah, it's heartbreaking. I mean, knee trouble has really derailed Tegan Nox as well, hasn't it? I mean, she had big ACL tears. It's an injury that a lot of wrestlers get these days. I think it's because of the moves that they do, and the impact to their knees is a lot greater than kind of what it was back in the day. Word of Wrestling said these are the results of the belt whipping. Yeah, there we go. That's what the belt whipping did to Drew when he got whipped by CM Punk. Yeah, this is the torn meniscus for Dakota. Jay, shout out to you. Dave, shout out to you, said, did you see this? So this is Rob Van Dam. He said, I hope they bring me in for a rematch. That would be super cool. I don't know if they know, but I know I could have that same match. Absolutely. So Rob Van Dam is up for one more match with John Cena. I'd imagine there'll be a queue, man. So many people are going to want to face John Cena next year. Next year is going to be so much fun. It's going to be so good. Not only are we going to have the normal storylines, not only are we moving to Netflix and we are going to stack the early part of 2025, but the whole year is given over to John Cena. We should be talking in a bit about the dates. I think he's got like 30 odd dates. He's going to be going around the world as well, so that people around the world have got the opportunity to see him one last time. Obviously, we don't know who he's facing, but he said he's booking off next year for the opportunity to just give it to WWE. Next year is WWE for John Cena. So, and then after that, he's done. He's retired. He said the jorts will be no more. If you see him again, he'll be an ambassador. He'll be in a suit, like the shirts, the jorts, the hat. It's all being retired. That's why they're being very loud about next year. So I can't remember if it was 32 dates or 36 dates. It was something along those lines. But 30 odd date final. I think it's 36 day final run next year, and yeah, he's going around the world. Right, here we go. TCS forever, yes sir. 19th of August is Giulia's last match over in Japan. So we know that the next big show for NXT is the 1st of September. So there's got to be a really good chance that Giulia makes her presence felt on that show. Right, here's Jacob. Nathan, thank you. Jacob is expected to return by the end of August. He is off WWE TV at the moment. They are keeping him away from Roman Reigns. So basically, let's see if we can read this from Cultaholic. So essentially, this is courtesy of PW Insider and Wrestling Observer Radio. The deal is they're basically trying to have Jacob completely avoid Roman because everyone has to sell for Roman, and they want to keep Jacob special by not bumping around for Roman. He's going to be gone when Roman is around until whatever the time is right to hook them up. I can't say he's not hurt, but everything that's happening was planned to happen. I can say that as far as avoiding these two locking up for now until later when they lock up, I think they want Roman versus with Solo first and then Jacob after that. So yeah, this will be sick. Him against Roman will be absolutely huge. I'm so excited for that match. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. So, yeah, it seems like part of this was certainly planned, but I don't know if it was quite to, like, the extent. I mean, he clearly hit his leg off the commentary table. Whether he was just selling that, whether there was some actual damage done, either way, this is playing out the way they wanted it to play out, though. Edward, shout out to you. So here we go. It's 36 dates around the world. This is your final time to see the GOAT in the ring. So John Cena, 36 dates around the world. So Edward, shout out to you. Here's Asuka. She's just got this little video clip. That's her there looking at a picture. And it's a picture of Bayley. And then she like throws it away in frustration. So does that mean she's kind of got mixed feelings? Sinister Files, eyes emoji, thinking emoji. What does that mean? What does that mean? Again, yeah, this news was everywhere about Dakota. So NWL Ninja Jelly, shout out to you. And these two really went at each other. I kind of get the impression they like really don't like each other. Liv said, girl, you're sitting at home making your own vignettes. Shut up. So, like, real back and forth with Zelina. Zelina said, wow, maybe she was actually better at that comeback because she had time to sit and think about it for a day. God forbid you give her a live mic. Shakes in boots. Thanks for watching, though. So, Zelina having a pop at Liv and her live mic skills, which feels really close to the bone, doesn't it, really? Really close to the bone. please. I get a live mic almost every week. I am the women's world champion. I am the show darling. I'm sorry you can't relate, but maybe you'd get the mic a little more if people in the actual arena cared about a thing you did. But hey, you'll always have your Twitter. That is savage from Liv. That is savage. Isamar said the girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. Crazy. Liv also getting in touch with Dom saying they didn't accept you, but I do. And Dominik here responding, that's why it's got to be you. So Liv and Dominik. This as well. Look, Dominik said vibes. Liv said they didn't accept you, but I do. And there we go. Look, these two. Just, is this like Bonnie and Clyde or whatever? I have no idea. But it's a fun clip, that. That is vibes. Right, Becky appeared on Games with Names and was asked about how things going. She said, it's great. Everything's great. I have my wonderful little family. I have many options on the table. I get to, for the first time in a long time, I get to take a breath and to appreciate. So she goes on to say about how, like, last year and the past few years have been tough because she was a full-time wrestler. She was a full-time mom. She obviously took courses to learn how to write because she was writing her book. And so, you know, she didn't just write the book. She learned how to write and structure books and be a storyteller. She wanted it to be the best it could be. So she put a lot of work into that, more work than I think we appreciate. And I just think it's been a lot of stress and so I think she's just enjoying a breather, really. So obviously we hope she comes back to WWE, but she seems to be really enjoying herself at the moment. Brony says, very good number. Yeah, and it is true. These came in at like 1.89, 1.87, something like that. Really high number. Knocking on the door of 1.9, which is absolutely fantastic. You know, Raw has been down in the 1.4s. You know, on average, it's 1.7. And this week, it was knocking on the door of 1.9. Coach Co said Roxanne is screwed. Look at this. This is Stephanie Vaquer, who is already signed with WWE. That's mental. Signed with WWE. She's already competed in Mexico on live event shows. And yeah, look at this. This is her just putting her neck, her flexibility, her agility through some motions, and yeah, very impressive. Very impressive. Don't know much about her. I really don't. I mean, I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to see her. Clearly, she's a talent. There's a lot of excitement around her. Same with Giulia. Get them in. Get them going. The future looks very, very bright for the women's division in NXT and WWE. Right, WWE Ethan. Jacy Jayne has said goodbye to her protective face guards. So she's took it off. She doesn't need it anymore. So very good. Again, Dominik Mysterio loves having Triple H as a boss. It's effing fantastic. Obviously, he was on the Impulsive podcast, which has done very good numbers. Some really interesting quotes. Definitely worth checking out. WWE Ethan again, just pointing out this new merch. Rhea Ripley merch. Rhea bloody Ripley. So, very good. Here we go. And there was a bit of back and forth. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. Logan Paul said he told Triple H he wants to get active in WWE. He wants to be a workhorse, and he would be interested in getting in like a tag team with Dominik. I think the heat of like having Logan and Dominik working together as a team would be huge, wouldn't it? I mean, that would be crazy heat. So he wants it. I could see him wanting it, of course. Yeah, you could get something out of that, in all fairness. You could get something out of that. Obviously, the responses of Logan's, you know, not in a good place, as we've documented. So, to be honest, I think a lot of people just want Logan gone. But, don't know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what WWE decide. Love this picture, said WWE Ethan. Yeah, here's Triple H. He says the future. And I don't think he's talking about himself. I think he's talking about Bron Breakker. WWE have filed a trademark for Fatal Influence. So could that be the new name of Liv and Dom and all of those guys? Fatal Influence. Or is it going to be for a new group, a different group? I don't know. I mean, I think, could it be Shayna and Sonya's group? They have announced themselves as Pure Fusion Collective. So I don't know now that they will change that. Obviously, Street Trash have not announced themselves as Street Trash yet. So perhaps that was just a name that was floating around. Perhaps they end up going with Fatal Influence. I don't mind Fatal Influence. Feels quite Damage Control, doesn't it, really? Damage Control was a bit silly because Damage Control, if you damage control, you are restricting the amount of damage that's caused. You're controlling it. You're trying to reduce it, right? You're trying to reduce the damage. So Damage Control always kind of left me scratching my head a little bit. Fatal Influence, I don't know. It feels a bit similar. I don't hate it. I don't mind it. It's fine. It is what it is. I don't know who it's for, though, but just worth you being aware. Right, here was Chase U backstage. Obviously, they just won the NXT Tag Titles. Here we go. Look, lots of celebrating.
It's not about me, but I'm clapping for them. It's not about me, but I'm clapping for them.
It's interesting, isn't it?
They didn't believe in us,
See that? You see that? I saw that. I saw that.
They didn't believe in us. And now we're the NXT Tag Team Champions. Let's go, believe now. They believe now. They got no choice. They got no choice when we got the gold.
I think that's really interesting. It's not about me, but I'm clapping for them. There is a big thought that Duke Hudson is going to turn on these guys because he wanted to be in this team. And he was told, no, you're not in it, basically. It's going to be Ridge Holland. It's going to be Andre Chase. So you could understand Duke Hudson being a bit off. And then we got this. Look, Nathan Frazer putting this picture out of him and Axiom as tag champs. Obviously, they are no longer tag champs following tonight's NXT. Right, okay, so we've done Raw, we've done WWE, we've done Wyatt Sicks. Let's go into Fun Phone Case. I don't think there's loads. Oh, there is a bit, actually. Here's Trenton. Yeah, look at that throwback picture of Liv when she worked in Hooters. She worked in Hooters before working in WWE, of course. And look at the little phone she's got as well. That looks like an old, maybe Apple phone. But an old throwback picture there if no one has seen that before. So that is a fun phone case image. We got this one as well. Dean said, I was going through Twitter and I've seen this fun phone case. It's pretty fun. I thought I'd include it really just because of the handle thing. I don't have it on my phone. I think I would find it annoying, but also quite useful. I could understand why it's useful to have it. But then, like, how do you put it in your pocket and all that kind of stuff? Doesn't it, like, stick out? Does it push down or something? I don't know. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, how do you actually work this thing? Is it just always there, always sticking out? Because that would be really annoying. But, and she ain't got pockets anyway, to be honest. So it's not really a concern for her. But yeah, that's why I included it, just for that little bit that pops out. Oh, this was so good. This was so good. So this is an amazing picture of Ariana Grace, right? But she was just standing there like normal. And I said, can someone please Photoshop a phone into this so that I can add it to the fun phone case folder? Crying emoji. And then loads of you came back with phones being Photoshopped in, right? But I love this one from Head of the Table because he's even Photoshopped in her hand holding it. Her hand is not here. Her hand's around about here in the actual picture. But not only have we got this phone, but we've got a hand holding the phone as well. Like, there's been some serious photoshopping done here, right? So, love that. And it's allowed me to include this amazing picture of Ariana Grace. She looks absolutely stunning. Just like me, really, when I wake up in the morning, to be honest. And then this as well, Belinda said, sorry, Days, I couldn't help but send you this for the fun phone case folder. I know it's not sexy. Well, I don't include them for being sexy, to be honest. I haven't even noticed. I only focus on the phones. But Mankind is a classic. I love this. Brilliant. That is fun. That is perfect for fun phone case folder. It's about the phones. That's going to be my new catchphrase. It's about the phones. It's not about if anyone's sexy or not, but clearly Mick Foley is. So there we go, fun phone case. And talking of fun, we'll have a few bits in here to round things off with. Johnny, shout out to you. Roman sounded so cute talking about Naomi. He loves his family so much.
This one's gonna win. We put our money on the family. See, representing good, huh? She's got her Wild Simone hair out, just like my dad.
Just like my
just
dad.
Like my dad when it was good and healthy. Yeah. My daddy. That's my daddy's hair right there. Here, this one's gonna win.
It is true. I mean, the Wild Samoans, they did have like big afros, and it's like that's she's got my hair just like my daddy. So I love that. Yeah, it's a lovely little clip that is. Right, Fade said when Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H appeared on the iconic Bernie Mac show.
Hello.
Is this Triple H?
Wrong number.
Okay, I know it's you, Paul.
Paul.
Just say it one time and I'll leave you alone.
Say what?
You know. I am the game and I am that damn good.
I'm hanging up.
I'll just keep calling.
All right, one time, all right? But you never call here again, you got that?
I promise.
I am the game and I'm that damn good.
No, say it like you mean it. Say it like you're in pedigree Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I am the game and I'm that damn good.
Cool. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Hey,
Love that.
Hello?
Hey, Trip, it's me.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
So what you doing?
Nothing. What are you doing?
I built a ramp for my bike. You should have seen it. I got some sweet air.
Oh, you should be careful with that. You might break your neck. I'd like to do that myself.
Yeah, just like my...
I mean, look, we could sit and watch that for 2 minutes 20, but yeah, that's just Triple H being on the Bernie Mac show. The streets are saying that he still calls him every day and actually gives him booking ideas. So there we go. So very good, Jax. Shout out to you. Jay said The Miz has got some maximum moves. The Miz is ready to represent Australia in the breakdancing. Go on, Miz! Go on, Miz! Yes! Yes! Let's go, man! Let's go! Yeah. Oh, the shopping cart! The shopping carts! What? The windmill! The windmill! The escalator! Oh my god! So good. Yeah! That's a classic now, innit? That is a classic. Oh, Rhea! Do you know, I hadn't seen the end of that clip. I didn't know Rhea was involved. Oh, that's so good. I wonder how Rhea feels about that woman, the breakdancing woman. I wonder if they're like really proud or if it's like... That was good. That was really fun. Henry, look, WWE on Fox said, who made this? So there we've got Dom as a baby. Very fun. Oh my God, look at that. We were having a right laugh about that from Cooter. That was amazing. That is amazing. Look at that. King Kong Daisy. We had a real good time with that. So Cooter, shout out to you. Excellent. Excellent work. Yeah, look at this as well. John Cena just showing like what he used to have to do, right? This, I think, was WrestleMania weekends and like years ago. And he had to sign 3,000 autographs from start to finish. So he was just showing, look at all this. Look at all this so that they had enough for WrestleMania weekends. Look at this. Yeah, look at this. Rhea Ripley has updated her IG profile picture. There's Dom dressed as a trash can. So very good, Michael. Shout out to you. WWE said, how's that for a fun facts?
Hey, Gunther, now that you're a World Heavyweight Champ, any fun facts about yourself you want to share with the fans?
So yeah, there's a bit here where when he taps on the belt, his ring goes clink. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, mate, you're dead. You're dead. Yeah, I would have killed you for that.
Hey, Gunther, now that you're...
Hear that? Hear that? As soon as I heard that, I was like, I hope he murders this guy.
Hey, Gunther, now that you're a World Heavyweight Champ, any fun facts about yourself you want to share with the fans?
Deserves it, mate. Deserves it. So, WWE Ethan, right, this was from the Impulsive thing. Apparently, he said his wife understands separating real life from WWE. He said the first text that she sent following Rhea Ripley licking his face was to let him know they had a tarantula in their garage. That's amazing, isn't it? The first text he got was that there was a tarantula in their garage. And that was after Rhea Ripley had licked his face. I mean, respect to her, obviously, but I mean... I kind of feel like this is something that actors on TV go through as well. You know, there's actors that are in TV shows that are in relationships that aren't really in relationships. I suppose the problem for her is that this is every week and it's been going on for quite a while. Whereas, you know, like a TV show will probably be like 24 episodes and then obviously it has a break and then it comes back for another 20 odd episodes, whereas this it's like week after week after week after week after week, and these two were together quite a while, weren't they? Thinking about it, so fair play to her. Yeah, look, this is probably the worst question that's ever been asked. Dominik's face says it all.
World, you had to like choose between the two, right? Actually, I'm going to change the question. Who would you choose?
Who would I choose? Between who?
Yeah, between your wife and your work wife.
My wife.
Okay.
What?
Who would you choose between your wife and your work wife? Even Logan said Mike is just so silly. I mean, even Dominik's like, what? What? Who would I choose? You're asking me who would I choose between my wife or my work wife? Wow. Right, Ava said, please stop. This isn't you attacking people. She says that to Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu says, let me know who to add to the hit list, right? Stevie Turner was like, straight away, Mr. Stone. If you watch NXT, you'll know that Mr. Stone, Stevie Turner, they're not too keen on each other. Then we got this as well. Like, this is our last one. All the emotions of Pete Dunne. Happy, sad, angry, scared. It's basically all the same. Bruiserweight Pete Dunne said emotions are for the weak. And there we go. We are done, my friends. This went way longer than I thought, but I knew these folders were pretty full considering we hadn't done a video in 48 hours. So good to get them empty. Good to, you know, get a refresh. And obviously we'll have another video for you tomorrow. So hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate the support as always. And hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.